How do open, closed, and semi-open state primaries work? Imagine trying to pick the best candidate for your favorite team, but only certain fans are allowed to vote. That's similar to how different states run their primary elections. These elections are the first step in choosing who will run in the general election. But the rules about who can vote in these primaries vary from state to state. Some states let anyone participate, while others restrict voting to party members only. Understanding these differences helps us see how candidates are selected and how inclusive the process really is. In a closed primary, only voters who are officially registered as members of a specific political party can vote in that party's primary. For example, if you are registered as a Democrat, you can only vote in the Democratic primary. If you are registered as a Republican, you can only vote in the Republican primary. People who are not registered with any party or are registered with a different party cannot take part. This system is meant to keep the primary process within the party and ensure that only dedicated party members choose their candidates. Usually, voters have to declare their party affiliation when they register to vote, sometimes months before the primary. Open primaries are more flexible. In these states, any registered voter can choose which party's primary they want to vote in, no matter what party they are registered with. So, an independent voter can decide to vote in either the Democratic or Republican primary. But voters usually have to pick one party's ballot at the polling place and stick with it for that election. Some states let voters make this choice privately inside the voting booth, while others requiring them to declare it openly. Open primaries encourage more participation because they allow independents and voters from other parties to have a say in selecting candidates. Semi-open primaries are a mix of both systems. Registered party members can only vote in their own party's primary, just like in closed primaries. But voters who are not registered with any party can choose which party's primary they want to vote in on the day of the election. This setup gives independent voters more options while still giving parties control over their nominations. Like open primaries, voters in semi-open systems pick one party's ballot and cannot vote across different parties in the same primary. States choose which primary system to use based on their laws and party preferences. About 20% of states use closed primaries, around 44% use open primaries, or allow unaffiliated voters to participate, and some use semi-open or semi-closed systems. The type of primary a state has affects who can participate and how candidates are chosen. Closed primaries tend to favor candidates who appeal to core party supporters, while open and semi-open primaries can lead candidates to try to attract a broader range of voters, including independents. Knowing these differences helps us understand how the democratic process works at the state level and how it influences who ends up running in the general election.